Welcome back to the video blog. My name is Adam Daniel Mezei, adamdanielmezei.com or pmdforhire.com. So here's a statement for you, and let's see how this one strikes you. As old as the ancient, as new as the future. As old as the ancient, as new as the future. That's something that I read somewhere recently, and it got me thinking a lot about how there's a lot of wisdom in stuff that happened as early as 20 years ago, and much of it is really not accessible to the current generation that spends a lot of their time online. I find books from the 1980s are particularly enlightening because it's astonishing how some of the issues that were really of critical interest during the 1980s just are repeating themselves again in the second decade of the 21st century. I make a point of buying a bunch of used books from that time period, and I get a lot of inspiration. I mean, an extraordinary amount of information. Now, I'm not referring to the 1980s as an ancient time, although there are probably people that are born in the late 90s that probably think that people that lived as teenagers in the 1980s are ancient. Oh boy, I never thought I'd be saying this ever, but that's how life works. However, there is, like I said, a lot of applicability to the things that went on then. Then reading that statement again and sort of, chewing it over, I was thinking about, let's say, people, cultures, or ethnicities that still exist today, that find their roots in ancient times, that have managed over the successive centuries to reinvent themselves such that they're able to basically live and contend with the strains and rigors of modern-day living. They don't find any fault or any problem with innovation, and as the world turns and things evolve and develop, they find a way of making their ancient techniques, habits, and ways fit in like a jigsaw puzzle into the way the world works today. That says a lot for the adaptability of certain cultures and certain peoples. Think about it. Are the Babylonians still around? How about the ancient Romans? The Visigoths? Anybody? Alexander the Great's progeny? They're not really around anymore, those empires. Is that because they just didn't have the necessary genetic stuff, the robustness, or they just didn't know how to adapt? It's a question. As old as the ancient, as new as the future. Think about it next time you kind of shun stuff from the 70s and 80s, whether it's films or books or conversations. There is a motherlode of wisdom in stuff that was produced during that time, and I make a point of delving into it frequently. Thanks again for watching. Catch you again later this weekend.